because sometimes I forget it. And okay. So let's wait just another couple of minutes, then we will start with what I wanted to share today. And yeah, let's see. I will put another message on WhatsApp. Yeah, the problem is also that some of us were at the Moon Village Association meeting today in Torino. Therefore, they couldn't participate. Alberto Cavallo is one, and Werner Grandel is another one. They cannot join this our meeting. Okay. Oh, nice to have Erotokritos is another new member. Skordilis, I think, is a Grecian living in the United States. Is that correct? Erotokritos, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, both of
we-
them. I'm Greek and I live in the US. Yeah.
And we cannot see you. Can you uh,
Give me a second.
open your camera?
Now,
Okay, great. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Okay. So we were just waiting for a couple of minutes to see if other colleagues will join. Then we will start. Okay, just want to share my proposed agenda for today. So today I would like to share some sections of the our main thesis for the Congress that is in progress of writing is a very big work, and I'm really concerned because every day I try to write and I am submerged by other tasks. But however, even if slowly, I am progressing, and I would like to share what I have written, and there are some important points. In progress and setbacks over the last 50 years, status of civilization, of course, progress and setbacks over the last 50 years, and obstacles and accelerators for the human expansion into space. Then I would like to talk about an education program that is starting in Italy, called Educazione allo Spazio, Education to Space, a program of 10 lectures that we want for the high school students that we want to give these lectures virtually next year, for one lecture per month starting in January. And yeah, I would like just to share the program and to see if yeah, the arguments that we will take and so on. Then I would like to also talk about an initiative that we are pursuing in Italy. It is called Space Advocacy Meets Vatican, and it is a seminar conference in progress of organization with the SPECOLA, that is the Vatican Space Department, Space and Astronomy Department. We want to talk with them about civilization expansion into space and how this can help the cause of peace on Earth and the cause of humanity restarting growing and restarting progress, going out of the current terrible crisis that are grasping civilization in this moment. Also, I would like to mention the papers for our Congress, our fourth World Congress that will take place next year from end of July to the 30th of July to the 4th of, the 30th of June to the 4th of July. and to remind the call for abstract submission and so on. So these are the points that I have thought for today. And of course, if we have other points to be added, let's do it. So, well, I think we can start now, and I will start sharing three parts of the thesis document in progress. Not reading everything, but just showing them to you. So I am opening. Just a moment. Thesis one quality. Okay. So let me share. Okay, this is the document. It's called Thesis 1, Quality of Life on Earth and Beyond. And okay, the date is not correct because it should be the date of today, because today I made some advancement. Okay, we have the abstract. The abstract is more or less the same that is online on the website. Then progress, okay, status of civilization in 2026. Can you see it fine, or should I zoom a little bit more? Maybe.
A little bit more zooming would help. Yeah,
Okay.
fantastic.
So, analyzing progress and setbacks over the last 50 years, we start from Maslow. You know about Abraham Maslow, the famous chart of the needs, of the human needs, the hierarchical chart of human needs, starting from the very basic needs, that is food, shielding, and clothing, and the elementary basic needs, to the, let me call, the social needs, the belonging, the social relations and so on, and to the higher needs that are the self-realization, the capability to give own contribute to the society and so on. So I think this is the most important classification of human needs that was made in the history of philosophy, because it includes everything from the very basic needs to the highest individual needs. So in this view, it is very much more better than the Marxist analysis of needs, because the Marxist analysis of needs only took care about the basic needs, the survival needs, let me say. And doing that, it allowed a flattening of the human needs to the lower levels. That is, of course, it is important, but it is not the only thing, because if you deny the upper needs, you deny excellence. You deny the possibility that clever mind and geniuses can express themselves and give their high contribute to the society. However, we reinstate that Maslow is our main reference when we make our assessment of the status of civilization now versus the last 50 years. So from the 70s, more or less, to nowadays. Okay, I will share this document so you can read also this part. So what I would like to underline today is the United Nations assessment of the 17 SDGs achievement. Of course, now is 2025. We are 10 years later than when the agenda, the 2030 agenda was issued, it was 2015, when the 17 Sustainable Development Goals were indicated. And the assessment that I have found, somebody is joining. Let me see.
Sorry, that was me. I accidentally tried to join twice. Please continue. Disregard. Thank you.
Okay. Well, so what I have found making a search using artificial intelligence tools that now are very quick, making searches that just a few months ago required hours and hours, but now you can ask to ChatGPT or Perplexity to search. Oh, something is happening. What is happening? I'm afraid we lost. No, I thought we lost someone. Okay. No, we have Ghanim, we have Guellin and Erotokritos. So we lost nobody. Good. Let's go ahead and start sharing. So the assessment that UN is making of the realization, the achievement of the 2030 agenda is quite negative. The world is severely off track to achieve the 2030 agenda. Despite some areas of progress, only about 18% of the targets are currently on track, while nearly half are progressing too slowly and approximately a fifth are regressing below 2015 baseline levels. And as we can see in this table, now I will zoom back a little bit in order to better see. Okay, so the no poverty SDG is standby, is not progressing. The zero hunger is worsening. It means that now hunger rose to 9.1% in 2023 with respect to 50 years ago, so it's worsening. The good health is one of the three SDGs that seems to be a little bit growing. Maternal mortality dropped, and HIV infection is down with respect to 2010, and so on. Quality education is steady, doesn't improve. Gender equality is also steady. The clean water is steady. Affordable energy is growing, but as we know that is very critical nowadays because the energy demand is rising at a very, very high rate, mainly due to artificial intelligence, supercomputers, and all these kind of things. And decent work is also steady. It means that the industry is not growing. Innovation and infrastructure is also steady. Reduced inequalities is steady. So the sustainable cities is steady. Responsible consumption is steady. And climate action is worsening. Life below water is steady, life on land is steady, and peace and justice is worsening. And we know why, because we have wars also in the so-called advanced world. We have wars, terrible wars, like in Ukraine and in Palestine, and other less media-covered wars, like the Sudan wars and other wars that are making thousands and thousands of people killed. And the partnership is also steady. So in total, we have 3 of the main SDGs that are worsening: the peace and justice, the climate action, and the zero hunger, that are worsening. The majority of the SDGs doesn't improve. They are steady, and only 3 are positive, but with serious criticalities, like the energy, for instance, that for sure, if we remain closed inside the limits of Earth, we will not be able to satisfy the huge energy demand that is growing at a very high pace. Then, okay, there is a part that I'm working on that, so it is not in my, even if a draft, however, in my already deliverable format, because I still have to cut, I have to refine, I have to put it in a reduced number of words and so on. So, wealthy people versus starvation, compared over 50 years, the proportion of wealthy people increased, but also the proportion of starving people decreased generally from higher levels, but however, it is increasing for the in a lot of regions of Earth. And the worst thing is that the gap between wealthy and starving is increasing. So there are a smaller number of very wealthy people growing their wealth, and a very large number of poor people growing their poorness. So this is a terrible social situation. Okay, then this is an estimation of percentages, 1975 versus 2025, made by different tools of artificial intelligence, more or less agreeing on the percentage. Starvation proportions that are, as you see, from 2005 to nowadays, it was decreasing, but it raised again during the COVID, before the COVID, in 2017, 18, and 19, has grown again, and now has started to decrease very slowly, the starvation. And this is the global undernourishment population, historical data from 70s to 2030. We had a peak again in 90 due to the economical crisis that was in that. So here you show how these data are volatile. They are characterized by high volatility. And there is no doubt that if the current wars are going ahead, depressing the global economy, then we will have a new peak in the next years. Okay, eliminating hunger remains an elusive target. This is from the FAO. Then I'm trying to analyze the quality of life, basic goods, food quality, air quality, and water quality. And food quality seems that has improved a little bit. And the air quality improved a little bit in developed regions, but worsened in Asia. And 90% live with PM 2.5 pollution above WHO limits, So we can say that globally it is the air quality is decreased. The water quality billions face unsafe water condition. UN has been active since 1970s. While the quality of basic goods shows a mixed trend characterized by improvements and worsening, the availability of fresh water and fishing products that are two key indicators for basic life supporting goods tells a different story. While the total amount of fresh water is constant, the per capita availability has decreased due to the population growth, water stress, and so on. The percentage of marine fish stocks fished at biological and sustainable level has increased from 10% in 74 to 37 in 2021, a more than threefold increase in overfishing rates. What does it mean? It means that we are fishing unsustainably. We are fishing more than the capability of the sea to reproduce the marine fauna. That means that we are going to, everybody know about the overshoot day, that each year we have one day in which we start to consume more than the planetary production. And each year it is becoming lower in terms that I think this year it was in July or something like that, and the past year it was in August. So each year we finish the resources of our planet a little bit earlier. That means that we are running out of resources. As we can see here, renewable fresh water per capita decreased 47% in the last 50 years, and fishing stocks decreased 28.3% during the last 50 years. Okay, as I said, this is a work in progress. This is the global renewable fresh water per capita from 70s to 20s. Okay, then I am analyzing some other things like workers and small entrepreneurs' rights, investors' rights and profitability, hope and confidence in the future, circular economy for a growing population, geopolitics, perspective of possible World War III impact on global economy and society, sustainable biosphere and environment, global economy in times of global disruption. Okay, so I continue my overview. Then, of course, this will be, I think I can share it even if it is far from to be completed. Artificial intelligence, competitor or aid or bot with respect to the expanding civilization into outer space. This is more or less what I have written in my last newsletter about the supporting HI, is the human intelligence versus artificial intelligence. However, here I am discussing 2 points mainly. One is that the artificial intelligence economy, let me say, is going to rise more than the space economy. Already in 2028 to 2029, there will be a surplus. Okay, and the AI market projections, low, mid, and high, 2024, 2030. In the highest projection, it is in 2030. It is foreseen to be 1.5 trillion worth the market, while the space economy is projected to be 650 trillions. 650 trillions in 2030. The best projection for space economy foresee 800 billion for 2030. So our questions are: is the AI industry subtracting investors from space industry? Are the human possibilities to expand into outer space being reduced by the ascent of AI? Maybe AI can be a help from the technological and scientific point of view, but maybe from the financial view, it could be an obstacle. Will the AI sector keep on growing at the same pace during the next years? Is the AI bubble destined to explode like other economic bubbles of the recent past? These are important questions that we will try to answer. But yeah, an intuitive answer we are all already giving, because if AI will remain confined on planet Earth, it will not have the necessary energy supply to grow, because the big data centers are demanding a huge energy, and that is not available, is not sustainable on Earth. So our proposal to achieve let me say, a win-win condition is to start building data centers in space, in orbit. Of course, okay, in space there are two important conditions that are the possibility to be fed by the sunlight directly for 360 days per year and 24 hours each day, because there are no seasons, no atmosphere, and so the complete power of the sun can be harvested in space. This is the first thing. The other condition is that in space there are no problems of cooling, while on Earth, to cool the data centers, the big computers, we need water. We need a lot of water. In space, we have the cold temperatures are totally free, and we can cool the data centers, supercomputers very, very easier. But we also have some problems because, of course, if we put data centers in low orbit, then there will be a very low or almost not latency time. But if we put data centers in geosynchronous orbit at 36 kilometer altitude, then we begin to feel the latency, the time, in the transmission of data. And if we go to the moon, then we will have 1.5 seconds for the transmission. That means that we cannot have real data exchange from Earth from the Earth to the moon. Of course, the moon can be used for other customers. Data centers on the moon can serve moon orbit clients or moon clients or Lagrange clients and so on, and can also be used as a big storage, big data storage, big backup repositories, and so on. So, however, also in this case, the way to solve problems is to go outside, is to start developing outside, to start civilian space development. So I think this is a very important point that in our Congress we will discuss and we'll try to make it evident to everybody in the world. Another point is space traffic management and space situational awareness. It's a very important point due to the rising number of orbital debris that are populating our orbit. Therefore, some kind of situational awareness and traffic management initiatives should be undertaken. And this is another point very much discussed at COPWAS, because of course traffic management and situational awareness is a critical issue. Why? Because it affects the rights of the small countries, the new space countries, with respect to the pioneers and established space countries like the United States, Russia, China, and Europe, and so on, that of course they will try to impose their traffic management tools and procedures, and that could be a danger for the emerging countries, because they could be limited in their legal possibility to launch something in orbit. And an important point is that we are sustaining at COPWAS is that if an entity, a traffic management and a space situational awareness entity, international entity, will be made, that should not be in charge of releasing licenses, launch licenses and orbital licenses. The licenses should only be released by the states. That is what to be compliant with the Outer Space Treaty, we have to preserve this provision that only states should be responsible for launches and licenses and so on. That seems to be a little bit a confusion making thing, but it is not true, because if we think about some examples like the ICAO, that is the entity that coordinates and support the airlines licenses and routes, etc., works exactly in this way. ICAO doesn't release licenses; it only supply information. So it is charged to share information about the roads, about the lines, and so on. And then every country as a state is responsible to establish their own roads and so on. And let me say, it's not working that bad, because we don't have noticed that airlines are conflicting in the sky, So there are really a lot of airlines crossing our skies in all the continents and intercontinental and so on. So, okay, so this is another important point that we are trying to write our positions in our thesis. And orbital debris mitigation, recovery, and reuse. This is a point we already discussed in a couple of years ago, when we released a paper titled The Critical Issues Toward 2030. And so one chapter of that document is about orbital debris. So I think we don't need to invent anything. We just can take the same concepts and put it in our 2026 thesis, especially indicating what is the highway to the solution of the debris. That is reuse. When we start to collect and reuse the orbital debris, then the business will begin over this issue. So what is now a problem will be transformed in an opportunity, exactly as the most intelligent countries are doing with terrestrial waste. The terrestrial waste can be used to generate energy and building materials and fertilizer materials and so on. The same thing we can do in space, in orbit, to claim the debris. And yeah, so these are what we identify as the 5 levels of business based on the debris. The first is the simple removal is the first level, generating profit from collision risk reduction. The second is satellite servicing, refueling, refurbishing, and life extension. This also is, there are several companies that are already doing that, of course, by being of automated satellites that are making this kind of works. Then the third level, capture, orbital storage, and processing the materials of dismissed satellites, rocket stages, and other big wrecks in orbit. And this is the real beginning of an industrial infrastructure in space. Capture, compacting, orbital storage, and processing the materials of small debris. That is an even more critical point, because big wreckages are not that difficult to be captured and moved and dismantled and reused. But if we think about small debris that are even smaller than 1 centimeter, but they are, of course, very, very much dangerous, because they are traveling at minimum 28,000 kilometers per hour. And if you think that can also go in contrary direction, their velocity can be summed to more than 56 kilometers per hour, or even if they are not directly opposed, but they are inclined in some way, however, a very high, terrible velocity, because already 28 kilometers per hour is already something that can make a hole in your spacecraft, and because of the pressurization. So when we will be able to capture, compact, and store and processing the small debris, this will be another big advancement. And of course, the technologies needed, and even very much more complicated, because we have to think about some kind of magnetic attraction of the small debris, and to make big networks of I don't know, there are several concepts in progress of study. And then at the end, the last step is produce new industrial resources from processed materials, such as powders for 3D printing, parts of the new space infrastructures, and propellants for spacecraft. So these, let me say, 3 highest level of. Sorry, let me see. Somebody is joining. Oh, Susan Jewell. Okay. Hello, Susan.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Sorry I'm late.
Okay, I was just illustrating 3 chapters, 3 sections of my thesis 1 document in progress. And just to summarize, but not going again through the whole thing, I have talked about Maslow as a main reference to assessing the status of civilization against the 5 against the different levels of hierarchical needs defined by Abraham Maslow. Then I have talked about the United Nations assessment of the 17 SDGs achievement, and I have shown this table that shows that the big majority of the SDGs are stand steady. They don't improve and don't worsen. That three very important SDGs are worsening, like the hunger, the second SDG, and the life below, the climate action is worsening, and the peace and justice is worsening, of course, due to the several wars. Only three SDGs are improving: the good health, the affordable energy, and what is the other one? Yeah. Good health, affordable energy. There was another one. Okay, maybe are only two. Sorry, I was wrong. Okay, however, clearly we can talk about the failure of the 2030 agenda, because 10 years after the 2015 when it was issued and 5 years before the 2030, that is the deadline, we are seeing a bad situation, worsening or steady in the best thing. Then I have talked about the other KPI indicators like wealthy people versus starvation, and about quality of life, basic goods, quality of food quality, air quality, water quality, and availability of water and fishing stocks that are worsened. Both of these indicators have worsened very much in the last 50 years. Well, workers and small entrepreneurs' rights, investor rights. Okay, all these are all points that should still to be developed. And then I was talking about perspective of expanding civilization into outer space, how realistic, obstacle and accelerators, artificial intelligence a competitor or aid or not. This reflects more or less my last newsletter that probably everybody have read about the key questions. Is the AI industry subtracting investors from space industry? Are the human possibilities to expand into outer space being reduced by the asset of AI from the financial point of view? Will the AI sector keep on growing at the same pace during the next years? Is the AI bubble destined to explode like other economic bubbles of the recent past? Basically, because if confined to Earth surface, AI will require more energy supply than what terrestrial sources will be able to provide. Therefore, it could implode and so on. Then I was talking about space traffic management and space situational awareness, another controversial point because it affects the rights of the small emerging countries and the risk that the bigger space dealer states can impose limitations to the newcomers and maybe with a strict regulatory entity releasing licenses and so on. But there is a positive example, that is the ICAO, is the entity that provides information about the airlines and the air routes and so on. And this is not releasing licenses at the international level, and the licenses are only responsibility of the single states, as the Outer Space Treaty says about the space activities. So in Copos, there is a huge discussion about these points, and we are, of course, supporting the rights of the small countries, emerging countries, and so on, to have their part in the space enterprise. And lastly, I was talking about the orbital debris, reuse and recycling. And I was talking about the 5 levels of business that can have birth from this issue, from this problem of the orbital debris. The first level, that is simple removal, that generates profit, reducing the risk of collision. Then the satellite servicing, refueling, refurbishing, and life extension. These 2 things are already initiated, let me say. If not removal, at least avoiding new debris generation by means of technologies on board of new satellites that make them re-enter in atmosphere at the end of their operative life. And this is a small first step, let's say. And of course, if they burn re-entering in atmosphere, they are wasted efforts and wasted money, because they costed a lot to go in orbit, and they are simply destroyed. So very much better to capture, orbital storage, processing the materials of these missing satellites, rocket stages, and other big wrecks in orbit. And also another step, capture, compacting, orbital store, and processing the material of small debris. And the highest level of business, produce new industrial resources from processed materials such as powders for 3D printing, parts of the new space infrastructures, and propellants for spacecraft. Okay. There are also, sorry, I am near to go to take some water because I'm talking too much. There are also some legal aspects that we discussed in our paper at IAC 2023. It was a paper by me and Alfred Anzaldúa, the creation of a space salvage entity would inaugurate a new age of modern governance in the geolunar space region. That will open the way to an international multilateral market-based system to reduce creation and spur the cleanup of orbital debris by creating a financial incentive to do so. And a limit to the allowed polluting operations that would also stimulate a more decisive growth of the private sector holding the mission of repairing and enhancing satellites to adequate their operating life by refueling and maintenance. So, okay. So this is where I am. I'm not very very advanced, let me say, but I am progressing on the first part, that is the analysis of the status of civilization and perspective of expanding into space. So this is my skeleton. I have a lot to do to work, and of course, if somebody would like to write something, is very welcome. So the perspective includes obstacles and accelerators, including the points that I already covered, and the space militarization and weaponization. Electronic money is energy, information satellite networks, and then the space economy, industry and market trends, status of space policy, perception of general space activities in the global society, perception of the civilian space development and space settlement in the global society, perspective open in the space frontier, post-planetary thinking and astro market economy, geopolitics and astropolitics, assessment of the realization of the Third World Congress final resolution goals. We had a final resolution in 2021. So we have to assess what we have made related to that goals, and to see if we helped in somehow some progress or not. Okay, you may note that I used the word perception in several of the key points of obstacles and accelerators. That's why, of course, we are a space advocacy organization. We work with the people. We try to work with outreach to influence the people perception. So we have to make an assessment of how the space in general is perceived by the people, and how we can win people endorsement for civilian space development, how we can better explain the reasons why this is very important and definitely indispensable to our world, to our civilization. And okay, so please forgive me. I'm going to take some water, then we can go ahead. Okay.
Adriano, meanwhile, just to let you know, I shared my article. This is the one I was working on over summer. So it just got published in the university where I'm lecturing in Turkey. It's the University of Turkish Aeronautical Association, and the journal also is published through them. So there I'm lecturing at the Department of Astronautical Engineering on space entrepreneurship and space simulations. So the research also recalls several of SRI initiatives as well, especially on this 18th SDG and others. It concerns the equitable distribution of space resources, just the topics you were highlighting in your research.
Oh, great. So may we have a copy? Is there an English copy of that?
Sure. The journal is also in English. The only part you will get in Turkish is a double abstract, which is both in English and Turkish. So the full article is in English.
So yeah, if you can share some links so we can.
It might be paid, so that's why I just dropped in a copy of my own in the chat. If you don't have it, then I can also send it by email as well.
Just a moment. Oh, yes, I see it. So we can download it.
So also maybe if it is interesting for other participants to the call. You have done a lot of research, and that's amazing to see. We have been circling around similar vocabulary. Like when you recall perception, you speak to my heart. It's really how we can reach the people. You know, we for things that are not within our reach, we use those kind of approaches to how can we better explain. That's also what makes me think more on art science communication lately. So everything what you have said, fully online, on board with that, and perhaps the article would give some, let's say, available material to use in some of the parts of your preparations of the research.
Okay, so yeah, I will share it right now. So even if it is largely incomplete, but maybe some of you can have ideas to implement some parts. Let me. More. No. Why I don't find the document? Okay, file. But why reply? To reply, I just want to share something. Oh my God. Because Zoom always makes something new.
Each one of them has a learning curve, which you just forget when you switch to.
I'm using Zoom since at least 3 or 4 years. And every time I find something that I cannot understand.
So actually, I might also need to leave soon because I'm now at a time difference by 2 hours. So it's midnight on my side.
Okay, everyone. Okay, writing to everyone. Message. I don't know why. I don't have the proper. Try to write something just to see. There are currently no participants in the waiting. Because I'm writing to the waiting room. Everyone. Waiting room participants. No, meeting group chat, maybe. Okay. Trying to share. No, I don't have. I try with reply. I'm not sure because reply allow me to send a document. But then I don't know if I am replying or what I'm
I
doing.
can see now you are trying to share. You just wrote you are trying to share.
Yes. Okay, World Congress. This. Okay, open. Cannot be sent because it is currently in use, of course. Now I close it. Try again. Oh, maybe. Are you seeing that in the chat?
Yes, I just see the Word document you shared.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, me too.
Mhm. So
Good.
thanks for the briefing and also for sharing the work with us, Adriano. So I must excuse myself.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the invitation to the meeting and for organizing it. That you got us all caught up on the work you've been doing. Greatly appreciated. So warm regards from my side to Italy for a nice rest of the evening, and we'll
Okay.
see us next time.
You need to go now.
Yes, it's already midnight on my side. I'm with a 2 hours time difference. That explains also the mishap in today's earlier
So
meeting.
you're not in Europe in this moment.
At the moment, not, but soon traveling back. So
Okay.
thank you very much again,
Thanks to you,
and keep
my
in
dear.
touch.
Okay.
Mhm.
See you. See you
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we covered the first thing, and now I will give you a quick information about the program we are doing, an education program in Italy that involves.
Just a quick comment, Adriano.
Oh,
Are you
sure.
aware about the work done by Frank White last year? He was working with some other university professors to do
Yes.
a carrying capacity model
Yes.
for Earth. So maybe this work can be really good add for this thesis in the section of the assessment of the 17th SDGs.
Yes. Yes. Why not? Yes. So good. If you like, maybe to work on this part, and maybe together with Frank. Frank is also invited, and I think we have his note taker following this meeting in this moment. So we don't have Frank in person, but we have his artificial intelligence tool.
I can't see it at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've seen it before, but not now.
Yeah, it's Frank's note taker, Otter AI. Yeah. However, okay. But by the way, he will have the recorded video of this meeting, and he can be aware of what we are saying. And yeah, it's a good idea what you said, and maybe you can help us in this with this item. Very good. Who else want to say something? Maybe Susan. Susan still with us?
No, Susan has left.
Okay, so just you and me around. Okay, I think it's also interesting to tell you what we are doing in Italy. Maybe you're already aware, maybe not.
Yeah, I heard about it. By the way, I know, and Aziz also, we both, and this is from Aziz's side, the representative of the Vatican in Kuwait.
Oh,
We
I see.
used to visit them at their home, and we invited them to stargazing in the desert. So
Okay.
we are well connected with them. So maybe if you
We
are
can
visiting
add.
them, yeah, we can share with them also documents here in Kuwait. So to look like it's an international movement.
Great. Add Aziz to the Vatican conference. Great. Well, so we are doing two things in Italy now. One is the Vatican Conference we're trying to organize, and the other one is a program of Educazione allo Spazio, Education to Space, to take place in 2026, 10 lectures, one per month, starting January. We will start in January with an in-person conference in Catanzaro, where you were with us in the past June. So it will be the 23rd of June. So if you want to join, you will be very welcome. And we have one per month these lectures. I can show you the program.
I've seen the program. You added my name in the space philosophy section.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I made just a draft program today, so it will be worth to see it if I can find it. Oh. Opening. Okay. So I will share. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Of course, it is in Italian, but I can quickly translate for you. Then, okay. This will be the first lecture of this 10, of the cycle of 10. So we will give the first lecture in this in presence conference. That will be the whole day, but the first lecture will take the morning from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30, and it will cover the solar system, 8 planets, six mini planets, and more than 300 lunes and millions of asteroids. It will be okay. Only 5 minutes by me showing 2 interesting slides about the asteroids belt, and the rest is from Antonio Marino. It is the astronomer manager of the Observatory of Potenza. Then we will talk about environmental, natural environment in the solar system by Bernard, that is also an astronomer, Luigina Ferretti, and Enrico Feoli. Enrico Feoli is a professor, retired professor from the University of Trieste, and his whole life was dedicated to ecosystems, to the ecology on Earth, and also he made several studies in exo ecosystems in the solar system and so on. Then in the afternoon, we will have what I call the live and work in space. And we have a presentation by myself to live free in free space. Then Jerry Stone, Island Zero project, Werner Grandel, Lagrange factory, and Giancarlo Genta and Alberto Cavallo about Artemis ILRS and first steps of settlement toward industrialization of the geolunar space. Then I asked Alfred Anzaldúa. He didn't reply me yet, but I hope he will accept to give a lecture on the space ecology. That is a circular space economy about the recover and reusing of the orbital debris. Then we will have a round table and conclusion at the end of the works. If you like to participate and have a speech yourself, we can add you. Okay, just tell me what you would like to talk about, and we can put it inside. It would be great to have maybe something philosophical level about expanding humanity into space and so on. I don't know. Think about it and let me know.
Okay? It's in person, so I have to be in Catanzaro.
No, you can also give a remote presentation if you like. Yeah.
Okay. So let me think about it, and of course we will be in touch. Yeah.
Great. Okay. So this is the thing, and maybe let me share also this document.
Yeah, I'm trying to return now to SRI after maybe 2-3 months of break. I'm trying to be active again.
And I hope that things are going better now.
It's kind of stable. It's not. It didn't. It's a year thing. Years. It's gonna take years. But things now are stable. Like
okay,
which is not bad.
Yeah, better than worsening, of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, last thing is the Vatican conference, and yeah, let me open also this document. I hope.
I'm sure Aziz would love to participate. Maybe he will travel for this event because to him, I mean, Christian studies and he has some experience with that, so he might be interested. That's why he has good relationship with the
Yeah,
representative. Yeah,
please anticipate to him that we
sure.
will invite him, okay? So we
Okay.
can move ahead in this. By the way, okay, here is the document. This is what we have now. We also have to write an abstract, but I was waiting to have the names of the participant from the side of the specula. Okay, as you see, we have Natalia, we have Bernard, we have Frank White, Rick Tomlinson, Bill Diamond, Mary Louise Oyser, Ernest Graham, Harun Okab of the Kepler Space University, Justin Park, Luigina Ferretti, Luca Mix, Emily Sinclair, Joe Pelton, and Giancarlo Genta. And of course, if you want to participate, I can add you as well.
So this is like offering lectures. What's the document is about?
Yeah, we think to have maybe a one-day conference in Vatican, in Rome, with several. Many of us will be present, but some will be connected from remote. I think Frank White will be connected from remote, and yes, we will talk about. Yeah, I show you the title of the conference, proposed Expanding Civilization into Outer Space, the Moral Issue of Our Time. So we want to talk about our highest philosophical ideal, not just make a generic conference on space, but we want to talk about expanding into space. And what is the meaning of that for us? That is restart, the biblical command that was grow and multiply, So if you want to restart growing and multiply, we have to go into space. This is the message we want to share with the religious people and to see if they agree and if they will endorse us. Of course, we are discussing to get and to achieve endorsements and to move ahead and to hope to have a pronunciation maybe of the Pope about the moral issue of starting civilian space development for all the good-willing people, to restart progressing. That's a message that I think the Catholic Church should be receptive and in agreement with. So, yeah, we will try to provocate them to come up with some important pronunciation and statements, something like that.
Yeah. If I couldn't come in person, of course, I would love to have an online or remote quick talk about the moral aspect of expanding humanity to outer space.
Great. Yeah, it will be also important from your point of view of an Islamic country, because I don't know, maybe we have talked some years ago in Portugal about that. You remember?
Yes.
At the ISU workshop, we were talking about a religious faith and so on. I don't remember. You told me that you are a Muslim or Catholic or Christian or what? I don't remember.
I am everything.
Yeah, everything. Okay, that's very good.
Whenever there are parties, like for example, in two weeks, Christmas, I will be Christian, of course. In a few months, Eid, then I will celebrate Eid with everyone. So this is what I do.
Okay, that's fine. Wherever there is people available to talk about human needs and go humanist needs and so on. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree very much. Okay, so however, yeah. So can I add you? However, I add you now. Why not?
Yes, please. Yeah. How long the talks are?
Well, we have not decided yet, but I think it will be a typical symposium time, so about 15 minutes or so.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, actually, from the region, because it's the Arabian Peninsula is very scarce with water, and it has been since long time ago. People are used to fight over water wells, but thanks for technology now, water desalination, water is abundant, so there are no fighting over water going on right now, and this comes in line with the principle of astronautical humanism and Konstantin Tsiolkovsky's ideas about abundance and having better humanity.
Of course, yes, excellent. So, what can I say about you here? You are, of course, three board as I board.
Yeah, and I'm PhD researcher. Yeah, University of Strathclyde. Strathclyde, yeah, in Glasgow, but I am based in Kuwait. Strathclyde, yeah.
Yeah. On which discipline? PhD on?
Space solar power.
Space solar power. I see. Okay. And the possible title of your speech will be
moral aspects of expanding humanity to outer space.
Great. So Kuwait. And you will be remote, probably.
Most likely I will be remote, yeah. Okay. I will try. I would love to come, of course, but let's see how it goes.
Okay, good. So, today I had an exchange with Professor Sergio Marchisio. I think maybe you remember him because he participated to the Congress in Catanzaro. Do you remember?
Unfortunately, I can't remember the name, but maybe if I see him.
Sergio Marchisio is the highest expert in space law in Italy, and is a representative of in the Italian delegation at COPUOS in Vienna, and he is a very, very good professor in La Sapienza in Rome, and is an expert in space law. So yes, he is enthusiastic to participate to this initiative with the Vatican and also to the education program. Very well. So I will share also this one. Let me see. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Stop sharing.
Yeah, Adriano, I think I have to leave also. It's
we have
half an hour after midnight.
We have closed. We have finished.
Okay.
We are done. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Excellent.
Ghanim.
Okay.
See you
We'll
soon.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.